What's up, guys? It's Adam here from Knicks Gaming, joined by my teammate, Harry Hurst. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We just finished Game of Thrones. The show is finally over, and I don't know how to feel because I'm between super upset and kind of glad it's over. The heartbreak is finally done with. I do feel incomplete. I was tweeting about it last night. I feel like I just did not get a satisfying or fulfilling ending. I don't know, there was so much I thought that went wrong with the writing and with the storytelling. And Harry, I know you probably have your gripes because you watched the show in
a month. I watched series 1 to 8 in 1 month just to end on that.
On that. So
On
what's that? Like, let's break this down here.
Where do I start? That is something which I think was rushed completely. I think they left too many stories untold.
The biggest plot point of last night's episode, and that is the new king of the 6 kingdoms, because we got a new queen up in the north. Shout out Sansa. I've actually been calling Sansa being queen for quite some time now, so I'm glad she gets to wear a crown in some capacity, right? Jamil Hill, though. So Bran gets to be king, despite the fact that he just put his name on the group project and didn't do any work.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it,
man.
He did nothing.
Literally nothing. I mean, he just went to the north, saw a few dead guys, came back, now runs the whole world. I mean,
that's it.
Somewhere needs to add up.
The arc there just doesn't for me. The whole character, like the whole idea of him being the three-eyed raven. Can he see in the future? Can he not? Like, can he kind of? I don't know what it is. I don't know the answer.
Who knows?
I just know at one point when they were sitting down at the council, and you know, we were watching together, and I turned to you and said, "Wow, did he really just say that?" And that was when Bran had said to Tyrion, he's like, "What do you think I came all this way for in regards to, like, being king?" And I was like, "Are you like, is this out of Hollywood or is this Game of Thrones?" I thought this was HBO. Like, I didn't know what was happening. Truly, I don't know. I didn't like him being king. I don't think it adds up. Bran did nothing. They gave him a crown. What? So last night, T-Pain said, "I'd love to see the scripts to these shows that all these people that are criticizing Game of Thrones wrote. We might be able to get some money if you're that much better of a writer than the ones that kept you hyped for 8 years." These writers, that was their job for all these years. And if you set the bar so high and the standard was set so well, and you don't live up to it, I mean, I think you're open to criticism.
Oh yeah, of course.
I would have gladly waited however long it would have took George to finish writing the series if it meant we get an ending that was true to the books and that carried over the storyline and the arcs made sense and everything that led up to that point actually was fulfilled.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Twitter Warriors always have some other storylines that they'd like to write, but I think there were a lot more possibilities which I wish they could have invested more in.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know what the ending should have been. You know, I don't know, but what I do know is that I don't think it was what happened last night, in my opinion. There was just, I mean, it's been kind of like a recurring theme on this segment where we just talk about stuff that didn't make sense. And last night, I felt like we got so much of that. I mean, what was the point of Jon Snow finding out he was the rightful heir? Like, there was no point. Just go to the Night's Watch. Daenerys, I mean, I thought we all knew she was going to die. We thought it was going to be Arya. Where was Arya's set of green eyes to kill, right? I just feel so incomplete. I feel like the show has ended, and I have so many questions still, so many stuff running through my mind about things that didn't make sense or things I thought I was going to see that I didn't. With how fast you watch the show, are you like a little bit jaded to like the emotional side? Like, did you feel emotion while watching the show, or were you just banging out the episodes?
I mean, there was definitely emotion. I don't think I had as much as people who watched it over the years. I think they had more time to kind of, you know, really adjust the characters and link with one another. But when I watched it in those kind of short month periods, I didn't really have enough time to kind of get one of them, put together storylines or whatever. So I think there was still an emotional kind of reach there, but I just didn't have the full fulfillment as others did.
Okay, see, I see that viewpoint, right? Because Elizabeth Banks last night, she said, "The only time I teared up was when Brienne wrote what she done wrote." I just feel like as a viewer who has watched the show for quite some time, didn't feel much emotion last night. And I feel like that's the opposite of what should have happened. I feel on a series finale, on a send-off as big as last night's, you know, there should have been more moments where you as a viewer can kind of see a character after all these seasons and just look at him and be like, wow, I'm never gonna see you on a TV screen again. You know, or at least on a Game of Thrones episode again. You know, what was close was probably Jon Snow stabbing Daenerys right in the heart, and
I like that one.
that one, I don't know. In the moment, the cinematography was so good that, yeah, you know, you might have let out a tear or two. I think regardless of how the show ended yesterday, I think it is so cool that we got to become a part of that moment, because I do think it was a moment in just the industry and in, you know, entertainment history, just to become a part of the Game of Thrones series finale in real time, because the show really did break records and do these insane numbers over the years. And, you know, we can't say thank you enough to the incredible cast and everyone who's involved. And I think what's making me so upset is that I don't have anything to replace it with. There is no alternative. There's no other Game of Thrones. So I think that's why I'm so upset, is because we only got 6 episodes. Yeah, I didn't like the ending, but I think I would have liked it a lot more if we had 10 episodes or maybe a 9th season. So Game of Thrones, thank you for all the heartbreak over the years. But also all of the laughs and all the happiness. Game of Thrones, my favorite show ever, and you know, you have people binge watching it in 3 weeks' time, so and it obviously says something about how great it was.